Hello guys. Sam Dogan, a financial advisor. In 2018, he reportedly planned to attend softball games with his pal Bob on the weekend. There, Bob purchased his new Tesla Model 3, which was selling well on the market. Bob did a lot of demonstrating how this automobile operates on autopilot. He was driving his automobile while speaking on his iPhone about various intriguing topics, such as, "I heard this in the news recently." On September 9th in Philadelphia, a woman gave birth in the front seat of an autopilot operating Tesla while the vehicle was on autopilot. Therefore, that infant is also known as the world's first Tesla baby. Therefore, Bob was communicating such fascinating information to everyone. Sam was astonished to hear all of this. How did Bob, a 31-year-old preschool teacher, acquire a $53,000 automobile? According to Sam, that was their biggest financial error, which is obviously a large amount of money. Concurrently, there was a lot of talk about Tesla. After hearing all of those things, Sam eventually drove that car. According to him, driving this vehicle was significantly different. Even though he admired the Tesla Model 3 and wanted to purchase it, he refrained from doing so due to the car's high price and his position as a financial advisor. He began to compute its opportunity cost. He saw that if he invested this much of his savings, what could be a better opportunity for him than this car? Then he began investigating Tesla, or Elon Musk's company. He began to recognize the potential of this company, and as a result, instead of purchasing a Tesla Model 3 for $53,000, he opted to purchase $53,000 worth of Tesla stock in October 2018 at a price of $298 per share. Eventually, the price of these Tesla shares hit $367. This action resulted in a profit of $11,500. And he didn't want to sell it after 6 months when the company was undergoing some difficulties. Because of Elon Musk's tweet, the stock dropped to $179. Then their $11,500 profit turned into a $20,000 loss. But still, he didn't sell his holdings. He was still present. 2 years later, the entire global market collapsed. Tesla's stock was increasing. Then Sam thought, just like last time, that these stocks would fall one day. Sam then sold 75% of his stock at an average price of $888 per share. Because he did not want to deal with the market's volatility. As a result, he amassed a fortune. However, after some time, Tesla stock reached $1,126 a share. Sam regretted having the thought. However, as the saying goes, hindsight is always 20/20. In any case, after doing things we realized we shouldn't have, Sam had just made a profit and was thinking how foolish Bob was. He should have purchased stocks instead of the automobile. Do you recall the fascinating portion? He believed that Bob was an idiot. He had been spending a substantial amount of money on Tesla for many years. As a result, he made a great deal of money, part of which he used to buy a Tesla Model 3. Observe, friends, the lessons from this narrative are it is not as simple as we think. When you assume that others are less capable than you are frequently right. Do you believe they are financially supporting you? Well, they are not always required to be on your side. Frequently, many people enjoy financial success. Due to the fact that their whole fortune is invested, which we cannot see, they will not often appear wealthy. Most of the time, they appear foolish. Yet, this is not always the case. Being financially independent doesn't mean having a lot of money that makes it look like you can live in luxury. No, but the definition of financial independence is living a worry-free and pleasant existence, where your money is protected and productive. Jonathan Clements is the author of the book From Here to Financial Happiness is Jonathan Clements. This book contains 77 brief lessons. I will summarize these ideas into 4 steps that you can take to become financially independent. Let's go on to the first lesson, which is that debt prevents saving. The author recommends starting your financial freedom path. First, you must complete one task. That is, pay off all debts. This is the most basic rule of finance: repay the loan. You cannot begin your investing adventure if you have any type of debt. According to the author, some individuals begin long-term investing with their debt, where they pay off their bills and create investments. This slows down their path to achieving financial independence. Therefore, the author recommends paying off any small obligations first. You can pay off things like cell phone bills, laptop payments, and auto loans early. True, occasionally large amounts, such as mortgages, might be difficult to repay. Those are special cases. Keep them separate. However, settle your little debts. In addition, the author advises prudent credit card usage. Because of this, the U.S. Department of Labor surveyed 7,900 Americans aged 20 to 40. As a result, we know that people with substantial credit card debt are more likely to be unemployed. Over time, their stress hurt their health, which made them have to deal with a lot of problems in their daily lives. Due to their joint discomfort and stiffness, they were experiencing a great deal of trouble. You should be aware of how you are using your credit card for both your mental and physical well-being. Many people are unaware that interest accrues when credit cards are used. Its number continues to increase, and there is a remedy, which you will learn about in the fourth point, but remember that first. Pay off as much of your debt as possible. After that, you should begin saving properly. Second lesson, a financial safety net. Perhaps this has even occurred to you. Something needs repair in your home, such as a broken phone or television that will not turn on. There is a problem with your vehicle's engine. I recall my acquaintance claiming that his computer's graphics card was defective. The cost was really exorbitant. At the time, he lacked the funds to purchase it. Therefore, he began working without a graphics card. At that time, he lacked a credit card and refused to borrow money from anyone. He has decided that he will purchase the graphic card with his money next month. Observe that many people are similar to this. If there is an issue, they use their credit card to solve it or rely on their next paycheck. They claim that if something occurs, it will be completed by next month. Repeat the EMI several times. However, according to the author, nobody analyzes what would happen if they lost their source of income. Numerous individuals are salaried, and their primary source of income is their employment. There are just a small number of people with passive income. If their primary source of money disappears for any reason, even if they lose their job or something else, they will have alternative sources of income to rely on, as was the case during the COVID era, when a large number of people lost their employment and the economy collapsed. So what is the solution? Asks the author. If you want to feel better about your finances right now, you should spend more time contemplating how you will pay for things tomorrow. Consequently, the author is telling us. Here, we must establish an emergency fund. If you save your money in a place where you can access it even if you lose your primary source of income, you will be in a better financial position. You cannot spend this money on an arbitrary purchase, such as a vacation or a car. Here, you must establish an emergency fund. It should be your secondary source of income. Therefore, if something happens and you lose your job, you will not be able to obtain a new one until you can subsist and remain secure. And how can we accomplish this? The author explains how to accomplish this. Then, you must determine your monthly expenses. Let's imagine your monthly expenses are $3,000. You should carry at least $1,800 on you, which is your emergency savings account. Locked down if a problem, such as COVID, is detected. Even then, you will have 6 months of buffer time. You can locate a job or develop a new source of revenue in a setting where you can do numerous things. It will be really useful for your survival and respect. To enhance your money, invest conservatively and purchase stocks with caution. When they offered a Priceline discount offer on their website in the early 2000s. In just 1 year, their net worth grew by $1.8 billion as a result. And on the other hand, Warren Buffett is the world's finest investor. 55 years passed before they earned their first $1 billion. Consider how great the difference is. However, Jay Walk's earnings were not sustainable. Everyone was aware that the dot-com bubble would eventually explode. This bubble popped after October 2000. In just a few months, only $33 million of Jay remained out of billions. Buffett and his family are among the top 1% of the world's wealthiest people, and they will remain so for many years to come. This is because Warren Buffett has been investing for the past 7 decades. Additionally, he rarely sold his stock. So, despite what the author says, if you want to be financially independent, the stock market might be a good place to put your money, where you receive not just profits but multiple dividends from the corporation. This indicates that a percentage of their revenues are distributed to stockholders. For instance, you may be aware that Warren Buffett is a large Coca-Cola shareholder. Therefore, the CEO of Coca-Cola. His annual salary is the highest in the industry, at $16 million. Conversely, Warren Buffett benefits from Coca-Cola dividends with $547 million in earnings. So you may have realized where to invest to get financial independence. According to the author, long-term investing in the stock market requires no understanding of rocket science. I use the products of the firms that you are knowledgeable about regularly. which you have used for many years and in which you have faith. Do you enjoy these products? It would be beneficial for you to invest in these companies. In addition to being one of the most successful mutual fund managers, Peter Linz has published numerous excellent books on investing. Despite the fact that he repeats himself, you should invest in companies whose products you use or whose products you are familiar with, whose items you appreciate and in which you have faith. Numerous individuals use their phones, eat Maggi, and drink Coca-Cola. Tesla automobiles. Therefore, it may be advantageous for you to invest in such companies. As was shown in the introduction, it is not necessary to keep track of how the market moves every day. Benjamin Graham, the mentor of Warren Buffett, writes in The Intelligent Investor that we should not focus on the daily changes of the market but rather choose good firms and invest in them for the long term. This will generate excellent returns over time. There are numerous companies in the United States that provide exponential profits. Due to their technological advancements, they may be easier to locate. Therefore, we should use this opportunity for improved returns and security. In fact, before the start of the new year, any of your favorite companies, whether Apple, Tesla, Google, Amazon, or Netflix, will have released new products. Leave a comment on your preferred company. Purchase the stock of the corporation. And to initiate the process swiftly. Point 4 is that thriftiness leads to improved finances. Consider our bodily and emotional health, as well as our relationships, and in life, habits have the most significant function altogether. It is a common truth that excellent habits lead to a happy life. Financial success is the direct result of one's good practices. Logic dictates that if you want to be financially independent, you must save and invest money. However, you have very limited time. Therefore, you must save and invest your money. The author says that bad habits make it impossible for 90% of people to become financially independent. Their poor habits have a significant influence on their savings. As a result of their inability to think exponentially, people always think linearly. An example: I believe that I have only eaten one pizza. What will transpire next? I will only eat one burger today. What will the result be? With these modest nudges, they develop a habit of eating outside and begin to do so frequently. I saw a video. There were two individuals. Both make distinct daily decisions. One individual rises early, whereas the other rises late. One individual consumes junk food daily. The other individual eats healthily. All of these little decisions we make daily comprise our habits. One individual wastes his money on meaningless items. I buy and consume meaningless items. On the other hand, the other individual, instead of consuming unpleasant items, preserves them or eats nutritious food, and does so for 1 day, 2 days, 1 month, or 1 year. Its effect grows so severe that the individual with unhealthy behavior experiences deteriorating health. His financial situation deteriorates, and his social life comes to an end. On the other hand, individuals who had developed minor routines. These simple practices gradually enhance their lives. His savings and investments began to provide him with income. His health helps him live a pleasant life, and a person's frugality completely transforms his life over time. Ignorance, smoking, and bad eating habits are negative factors. This would end his life. Therefore, you must comprehend this concept. The insignificant choices you make daily. It is possible that you will not notice the effects today, tomorrow, or even in a month. However, you will see variations in a few years. Additionally, this action will harm you in the long run. Start living frugally immediately. Start saving instead of spending money on unnecessary items. Start investing. Yes, it may not help you become wealthy in the future. But it is undeniable that you can save money and make money in the long run. Therefore, maintain exponential thinking rather than linear thinking. How are you able to accomplish so much? Try not to spend more than half of your income. Additionally, you must invest 12% for the long term. Throughout retirement and beyond. In the long term, you will benefit from acting in this manner. I would like to award you one extra point. Start pursuing multiple income streams. Start pursuing as many different income streams as possible. Having a single job is a highly dangerous situation. You must generate multiple streams of income simultaneously. It can provide you with some income. This will help you earn money over time and achieve financial independence. If you would like me to create a separate video on this topic, please leave a comment and let me know how you may generate supplemental income. That is all for the moment. Thank you for viewing.